And welcome back to another episode of The Careful Boys, where we have esteemed public school teacher.
Let's go!
An educator, a true educator.
Because we are, that channel that harbors typically, very, very difficult public school students here.
All of us.
Specifically 2 people.
Hey, I'm a private school student.
Nick and Ryan.
No, just kidding.
That's fair.
I was a good kid. Dude.
What were some of either the most difficult or like some of the hardships that you faced as like a public school teacher? And we want to know some specifics.
Okay, some hardships. Well, I remember that. Oh man, I don't know if I should say this because they're gonna know who they are.
Just don't say their name.
You can tell the story. You can tell the story and then do different names.
Because if they know
Okay,
who
I'll
they
tell the
are, then
story.
they need to know that this is something that you still think about.
Can you tell him yours and see where that rates on what you've seen as a teacher?
Yeah, you tell me your story.
Okay, so when I was, cause like after hearing your stories, I'm like, dude, now I feel so bad because I'm like, teachers have it so hard. Cause I'm thinking it from my angle. I'm like, man, this teacher's a fucking dick. But I'm like, but there's 40 of me, and so they're just doing their best to try to like maintain.
And 5 periods of that.
And 5 periods, and I'm like a fucking pain in the ass. So, my senior year, me and my friends went camping, and then we thought it'd be funny to go to the forest, and then we all took a picture with our asses out, like this on our butt cheeks, right? And we're facing the camera. And we took a picture, and then I don't know why I thought it'd be hilarious if I showed that picture to my teacher, my English teacher. So she walks by, and I'm like, oh, I forgot what her name was, and I was like, you want to see something funny? She's like, sure. And I go like this, and I showed her, and there was like 6 butt cheeks going across the thing. And then she's like, okay, she takes it. And then later she writes me up, and then she's like, Bart, I'm gonna need you to have to go to the principal's office. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right. And I go, and I don't even know what the, I guess, charge or whatever is.
Because he doesn't think you did anything wrong.
I'm like, I guess she just doesn't, I don't know, I disturbed class somehow with that. And then I found out I got wrote up for sexual harassment. Because I guess I'm showing like fucking nudes or something.
Showing cheeks.
Yeah, but that's like platonic nudes,
Platonic.
And I'm like, holy fuck, this is crazy. I'm like,
She goes, you just showed me child porn. You know that, right?
yeah, I'm not a predator. I'm not a predator or anything like that. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe I got charged for something like this. Like,
I'm not a predator. I sold myself.
So what happened afterwards?
I got suspended for 3 days.
Oh.
And I had to explain that to my dad. Like, yeah, I showed my teacher my butt cheeks. And then,
When you say it like that,
what?
I showed my teacher my butt cheeks.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Or I guess a picture of my butt cheeks.
Yeah. Big difference, okay?
I didn't show it to her in person.
That's true.
You should have signed it.
It's like if I show a teacher my dick pic, it's completely different.
That's romantic news.
That's next
Nice
level.
platonic news.
Okay, platonic nudes.
In the scale of the things you see, like, was that closer to like the?
Was that a justified suspension?
I had never experienced that before.
Even that mild one is worse than anything he's seen. That's crazy. That's how you know.
Different era, bro.
He's like, thank God I didn't have a bar.
Steve would be like, I don't know what to do with this.
He's like, I think I'm gonna quit. I think I'm gonna move, dude.
That's an easy one too.
That's not. I bet you that's not even the worst thing you got.
dude.
For sure.
No, for sure it wasn't. But there was just one thing that came to mind where I thought it was like we're just like in class, and then you're like suspended. What the fuck? For that? 3 days for that?
I feel like if it were me, it's hard. Like whenever kids they do something like that, I have 2 voices in my head. I'm like, oh shoot, like I have to like talk to this kid and everything. But then the second thing is like, oh, I have to like, do I write them up? And if I write them up, then there's like more paperwork that I have to do too on my side. So I'm like, oh gosh, like or maybe I can just let it go as a warning or something. But yeah, I never experienced.
Oh, like a nice
anything.
cop.
Yeah.
The cool guy.
I could have. Yeah, that could have been like strike 7 that week.
How old were you? When
I was a senior, so like 17. Yeah. So I could have been like maybe it was a Thursday or Friday. She just had it up to here with me, She's like, if I get this guy suspended, I won't have to see him for 3 days. Or something. I don't know. Now that I think back like an adult, she's probably.
She needed a break.
Yeah, she probably just needed like, man, this guy's a fucking nuisance.
So what about you? Something
Something
that you experienced that
crazy. Okay, sure. Okay, have you guys seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Have you seen Better Call Saul.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, I forgot his name, but the brother had a radio frequency.
Electro allergy thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was
Can't
weird.
decide if it's really in here. Yeah.
Or if it's
That's right.
So I had a student that had this allergy. Yeah.
Like a Wi-Fi allergy?
A Wi-Fi allergy.
Yeah.
To electronics.
I wasn't too. I was like, oh, I didn't know this was like a thing. Like, or I'm like open-minded. I'm like, okay, maybe it is a thing. But I remember the first or second week of school, the parent came in with a little device, and she was like, oh, is it cool if I scan your room? I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. So she was like walking from like corner to corner trying to see where the most radio frequencies were. So then she's like, oh, okay, so this corner right here, this corner right here, and this corner right here. Like, is it okay if my kid doesn't sit in any of these corners? So then I was like, oh yeah, sure. So like whenever we had that class, whenever I had the class and I had the student in there, I had to make sure that for my seating chart that I would put him away from those little hot spots. And I would have to tell my students to turn off their cell phones. And I was just like in my head, I'm like, oh gosh, like what a worse time to be born in with technology, with all the cell phones and everything.
All the 5G everywhere, dude.
Yeah, because this was like farm town, nowhere. Like there's nothing. There's not even telephone wires.
Yeah, I didn't know like
1933, you know, that would have been perfect for this.
Yeah, right.
Born in the wrong era.
Eventually, the student left, went to another school. I think it was just like somewhere further away with all the technology and everything. But I just remember like that's crazy. And then we had to take our.
Wait, that's the worst student you ever?
Oh no! I'm just thinking about stories.
Yeah.
No, the student was.
The kids isn't even his fault.
I'm thinking of interesting stories that yeah.
In the meantime, one more Bart story.
What he's really doing is he's hoping that you're gonna name something worse than him, but it's
So he
not
doesn't
gonna
feel so bad.
Yeah, he's like, come on, show some cheeks.
When you said seating chart, I did remember a time like I was like, oh shit, I do see the seating chart, and there's a girl I liked, and I switched her spot with someone else's spot, so we could sit next to each other. I was like, yes.
Wow.
And you didn't close, did you?
Fuck no, I was nervous.
I wasn't supposed to sit here.
We're just like this. I'm like, hell yeah.
She looked at me twice today.
Is this in high school too?
This is like junior high thing.
This is actually my third year in college.
You didn't show any butt pictures to her.
That might have worked.
I know. What is this, something funny?
Been a good icebreaker.
Yeah, but the kid was super nice and everything. There was no, like, he was like the sweetest kid. Parents were super cool and everything. It's just like every time we had to use our laptops, so we had to, I had to go send him to this other room where the computers were hardwired. They didn't have Wi-Fi.
So did you ever see the kid get visibly affected? Like where?
He said he would get like rashes.
Does someone have their phone on like that?
Yeah, so I don't know if it was like, I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. But that was the one.
That's nice of you to accommodate it.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
He needs to only fly Spirit because they don't got Wi-Fi on there. It's like, what the hell is this?
Like, who doesn't have a cell phone anymore? Yeah. Someone sitting next to you could be making you itch.
What doesn't have Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
This office used to until 4 years ago.
What about like problem parents or any situations that got uncomfortable with that?
You ever got screamed at?
Did you
by
ever get
parents?
blamed for like a kid's like
Failures,
performance in
yeah.
class?
I think I feel like I did. I don't. Let me think.
Has anyone ever bribed you?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, Chinese parents be bribing, huh?
So some of the Asian like
$20 for egg.
I mean, it's not really a bribe. It was more like, can you write a letter of recommendation? I mean, I would have done it without the whatever.
Because they're good students.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I can totally do that. And
I was
then-
hoping you were gonna say it wasn't really a bribe. It's more like a donation.
Oh, okay.
They would give like gift cards and stuff like that. You're not supposed to take any monetary, like you can't take money, but you can take gift cards.
Bitcoin.
What what about crypto?
Crypto.
Fruit basket.
Take some Ethereum.
I can't take money. Has a freaking QR code for Bitcoin right here.
Did you? How about like other faculty? Did you ever not get along with someone else that was like?
Faculty.
drama. Because I know that can be a thing. That and students never see it until like later in life.
Oh yeah, my old roommate was a teacher. She was, dude, I'm like, y'all some children yourselves. The way you fight, it's crazy.
Nobody ever ate your lunch.
I know.
No. All my coworkers were super cool. I didn't really have any. Yeah, I mean, so I like back then I was like pretty introverted. I would have this classroom where there was this glass panel, and then there was this hallway and another glass panel, and then you see another room. So it's room, hallway, and then room. And then all of the teachers would usually sit in that room to eat lunch together. And they would always invite me, but I would always sit in my own room and not like I just wanted to like just have my own peace of I'm tired. Like as an introvert, like I just need to regain my battery before the next like wave of students come in. So I'm like eating in there by myself, and then they sometimes like wave at me. I'm like, oh hey, what's up? You know? But I think I don't want to say like it's hard. Sometimes I did talk to some of my coworkers where I shared with them some of my aspirations, some of my entrepreneurial, like I was like tutoring at the time. I was like, oh, I want to start this business and everything. And I do get a little bit of like
it's not gonna work.
Yeah, it's like a not gonna work kind of thing.
Well, how would they know? They're teachers. They don't know shit about money.
Well, some teachers are jaded though too, a little bit, right? They're like
They're too busy fucking
That's everyone.
working at school.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like, especially for schools though, for teachers, they just get beat down every year. It's such a hard job.
like
Their spirit eventually goes like, "You'll never make it out of here." You know?
I'm guessing they've like been working at that school longer than you, so there maybe is some weird invisible seniority. Like,
I think anybody who does what you do and you tell them you want to do more is usually going to respond.
But I thought teachers made a lot, especially in lower income, because my friend's mom was making like 6 figures.
she was taking donations of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Well, she was also like
Teaching what?
But she probably worked for 30 years.
That's probably what it is.
Whoa, dang.
Salary step schedule, so you can see like for every year you get a bump in salary like by 2-3%. But then after a while, then you have your plateau for like a good 5 years, and then after you hit like maybe year 15 to year 17 or to 18, then you get that next one. So there are a lot of teachers nowadays that get paid 6 figures in California. It's not throughout entire America.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a long
'cause-
dedication.
That's because it costs 6 figures to exist out here.
It costs more than that.
No, she had. Yeah, I think she had to be in her mid to late 50s. No, I don't know, because we were all in our mid 20s at the time. So I was like, she makes what, 6 figures? Yeah.
So how did you go from trying to explain these entrepreneurial ambitions and kind of like getting a little bit of the stiff upper lip to being like, all right, I'm gonna do this?
So I got a little bit of like, like eye rolling, or or sometimes I would try new things in my class.
Yeah, right, Richie Rich.
You're one of us. You'll never be one of them.
Who do you think you are?
It's tough. I think like emotionally, just like, oh gosh, like just everyone saying these things.
Everyone's a bummer over here.
It's kind of and that's kind of like the reason why I didn't really want to like. I just kind of want to be by myself, just to recharge and like, oh, okay. And then I would like watch my shows, or I would listen to podcasts while I'm eating, or like I'd be like reading a book or something. Like, oh, this is how you do this. I'm like, oh, this is a really cool idea.
Have your own positive thoughts.
Yeah, my own little positive bubble within myself.
That's good. Because it's hard to be around a lot of socialists. Like, they just want handouts all day and work in the system, and you're just like, man, I'm trying to be a fucking capitalist, dude. I'm trying to make hella money.
I think it kind of like what Anthony talked about, like how I feel like not everyone, but some of the more senior, like more of the experienced, seasoned teachers, the quality of teaching sometimes is a little bit. Yeah, like,
fall off a cliff.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
Because we've all had tenure like professors, and you could.
They don't care.
I had one tenure professor in college. He just read. He would have PowerPoints. He would just read off the paper and then just be like, "All right, test is tomorrow." I'm like, what, dude?
I like their classes the most because what ended up happening is they would roll in a TV and they would play a movie.
With no relevance to the topic.
Nah, it was just we get to watch fucking Hook or something.
I feel like it's usually social studies teachers, right, that do that. Because I remember back in high school myself.
That was my favorite subject because of
My history
that.
teachers, they wore like cargo shorts and then like flip flops, and then they also like coached like football or
Yeah, they had a side.
the thing. And then when they come to class, they don't really. They just kind of like tell their stories and just kind of.
That's
run that
true.
little TV with the card and everything. So I mean, I experienced that like too, and I'm like, oh man, like I don't really agree with their teaching methods. So I don't know. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to become a teacher was like, okay, maybe I can like change up the system and be like a good positive influence. But I think like just being in the public school teaching system, I felt like there's not much you can do just as an individual. It has to be like this this whole huge movement, like, oh, like everyone needs to be in it. Like we have to like learn and try to improve ourselves. But I do understand that once teachers get tenured, it's kind of like, oh, well, you can't really fire me unless something dramatic happens, like I punch a kid or something like that, right? Yeah, so, or show their butt cheeks.
That's a fast track. That's a fast track.
He just takes photos of his butt, hands it out to his students. Bart just thinks everyone's tempted in that same way.
You finished my sentence.
Bart's like, isn't that the best picture in the world?
It's like, how do you resist? How do you like?
That picture was funny.
I had to print copies.
Because it was like this. It's like you see like evergreen trees, and then a bunch of like dudes' heads, and everything looks normal if you keep sliding down. And then all of a sudden you see like 6 butt cheeks.
Yeah, dude, we get it. Yeah, man, we know.
How did you take the picture back then? It was just, I mean, we didn't have
Disposable camera.
disposable
Somebody took it,
camera.
huh? Somebody took it for you
You
guys?
have to get it developed.
Yeah.
Required a lot more.
If you just asked a hiker to take it,
Hey, we're gonna do a funny thing. Can you take a funny photo for us? I'm
it's gonna make sense later. Just shoot the camera.
gonna show it to my teacher.
Gosh, dude.